Okay, hold on.
Maybe with other police business, who knows? And those ground units have fallen back completely.
I'm watching a car chase.
And so this joyride will continue without any pressure whatsoever, and perhaps, you know, I mean, you can never get into the mind of
That it? Oh, where am I?
Get on the ground right now.
Newly released body cam video shows deputies opening fire on a suspect. He's a murder suspect. His parents, they're San Juan Capistrano.
Uh-oh. Okay, I guess that's much for the car chase. Somebody's here. There's Daniel. Hey. I'm just picking up the guitar, so give me a minute. Oh, I don't know how to pin a link. How the hell do I do that? Do I do that? edit. A banner. Is it in? No, create a banner. Brand. I don't know. Fiddling around. Closer to the curve. Hawks Corners to open new bar restaurant. Tim Tam. That's right up the street from me, right? That looks exciting. Oh, that was a bad joke. Oh, Tom Anderson. I can't even look at Tom Anderson cars. It's almost 10 after 9 on a Friday. Friday night. How exciting. Who else is on it? Anybody else? Description. Charles 75N is on. Or to Ted. Here screen. Car Safari. Wait, do I have to turn their volume?
Myrrh. Myrrh. Dude, it's just myrrh. Do we all know the beginning to this sentence? It just ends in myrrh.
Ray Murr.
Dole! It ends in dole. It's just myrrh. Yeah, that's my new saying. Yeah, that's bad. That's terrible. No, you're not too late, brother. Yeah, so it's the only guitar he's selling. Here we go. We're continuing on. Wait, I gotta go down here. Eddie, hello, Blue Mox. The next one was under $3,000. Okay, that's Eddie's. Is that more, dude? The Geo, Eddie, just so you know, $750. But my Geo Metro, which is my vehicle that I don't drive, same tank of gas that I had in not in the 20.
I got Seth in stereo.
Same tank of gas. Don't drive it that much. And it's good on gas. Let's say that. But I need to put some stabilizer in that. Probably should shake it up. I did drive it back. $750. But I had time invested on the deterioration of my buddy's home to say, dude, you got something. It's just sitting there in your warehouse. Some of these you're not using it anymore. And he wouldn't, and then he would.
Damn, I can't play.
What did I miss? Nothing. Herb, we were just talking about the guitars that we have let go to the wayside for the first half, or roughly that, and then we're flip-flopping. We're not going to stay completely on the sad side here, although I think we are going to move on to the guitars that we're digging. So the first guitars that go, that we feel sad about letting go. And if I'm honest, like all my guitars that I build, I have typically 10 or 12 hours in them because I spend time with them. And then I feel sad to let them go. Most expensive, he spent $600. Yeah, Michael, dude, I get it, bro. I think on a guitar. So here's the thing: we go back to Eddie's comments. I would just buy the parts. So typically, for a $2,000 guitar with the parts are going to be like $600. You know, ish, depending. You know, I do need to find like kits that are available. Like I love this kit here. It is the Tricords kit, but it's not. There's no solid top option. Like I want a really solid top that can carve it down. I can't carve this. Murray paid about 620 years ago. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, he sold it during the pandemic for 2K. So less. Oh, he said my friend Dan had a hang glider. That's about a toy. Yeah, hang glider using a roadie. I'm probably talking to someone who's flown in some capacity, right? Hobo, you've been doing stuff. Maybe you've gotten into paragliding, ultralight, or any very small aircraft, preferably one without an engine. And it's amazing that it's so inexpensive, and you can just go do it like bicycling, and that you don't, you know, you get a license, you need a pilot's license, but you achieve that just when you're first doing it.
Okay. Wait, let me mute him because now his audio's coming in. There we go. Always bitch about Steve Brand making my fingers hurting, making me play an E major. But every time I noodle, I'm always 3-note per string major scale, just a warm up noodle. Whoops. That's all 3-note per string major scale. No. It's a fair fingers, McGee. Now, Steve Brand told me I was talking about a harmonica minor or something, and he said just flat the 3rd and the 6th. So it takes me a minute because, like in G, 1, 2, 3, so I'd flat that one. 4, 5, 6, I'd flat that one. So my pattern, instead of every other fret 1, 2, 4, would now just be 1, 3, 4. Okay, I got that. But now I need to figure out the flatted third and the flatted sixth all over the fretboard. What? Fucking Ingve. Most of the patterns that I play in is a combination of really major scale and minor pentatonic. If you watch all my playing, I'm playing the same shit over and over and over. Sure, Randy, come on here and embarrass me. Hang on a second. Are you on Facebook? I'll send you a Facebook message. Facebook. Oh, there's Randy. I think I stream guards, right? Oh, here, I'll put it in here anyway. Come in here and play circles around me. I don't care. Somebody, I won't say who, actually was asking me about being on the live streams with you guys and how some of the guys are way better than me. Okay. So what am I supposed to do? Not go on live streams or not play guitar? Fucking 10-year-old kids are fucking sweeping diminished arpeggios, little bastards. It's not about that. It's not a race. It really is not a competition. I love watching Randy play. Who doesn't like watching a good guitar player? Besides, my penis is way bigger than. How do you put people in timeout? How does that, By the way, what the fuck is your avatar? Okay, I see it. I was like, what the hell is that? Some type of porn? Or... Actually, this is a Schecter Sun Valley Super Shredder 3 and Aurora Burst. And believe it or not, I actually don't like the color at all. The flame is a veneer, so it's a really thin piece of wood. I think it's way too gaudy. If it was like just Fender did this wine red thing that looks great. What's up, Joe?
What's up, Q?
What's happening?
Oh, nothing.
So just a humbucker on that one? Nice.
This is the guitar that your single coils came out of.
Oh, really?
Yes. This is my 2021 USA Adrian Smith Jackson. But yeah, your Fender SCN noiseless and the pick guard and all that shit come off this. The JB come out of the beat up Charvel.
That volume knob is way too far away. So many people, we get into arguments about where the volume knob is.
I can't stand it when it's right here.
Yeah, this one's, it's a little further away, right? But I just, when I started playing 100 years ago, I hated a Strat. I like the volume knob is in the stupidest place. But once I got one and it was my main guitar, it's like, that's the greatest place to put a volume knob ever.
Yeah, I always liked it out because I always played forever, like my fingers, not like George Lynch,
Right. Yeah.
but you know, like that, so it would always hit that knob. But now I actually kind of like the knob right there in the where
Yeah.
the tone 1 would be.
Right.
This guitar, Jimmy sent me like 3 Air Norton S, so I'm probably going to get another pick guard. It'll be hum single or stacked humbucker, and I'll probably just put a switch, a selector switch, and move the knob probably in that same tone 1 slot.
And on Super Strats, I have to have metal knobs. I cannot do those Fender plastic knobs. I can't get a hold of them.
Oh, I love them. This guitar, this is one of the knobs you need.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other one's on my George Lynch guitar.
I don't know if you have you heard the news? They've come out with 4 different colors of the Seymour Duncan Invader.
So,
Like a bright canary yellow and fucking nasty red or something.
well, they're only
Like-
they're only 30 years behind DiMarzio.
They also have an Invader size single coil. Like, yeah, baby.
How the fuck did they do that?
I don't know. It's fucking. Oh boy. Here's trouble. There she is. Special KAK Karen, not that Karen. I had to send her her boy toy some money. I made like, I don't know, it was like $4,200 off of YouTube, so I sent him $40. It's just like $300 Canadian, I think so.
That was mighty white of you.
Yeah, you know.
I'm not seeing this stacked Invader, dude.
Yeah, single coil size Invader.
Oh, it's a custom shop pickup.
That's just got to sound awful. Why?
I don't know. Have you ever played one of their quarter pounds? They're very muscular sounding.
I had in my main Strat for years. I had a DiMarzio chopper, which is what comes in the Richie Kotzen Telly. I had that in my Strat in the bridge, and I had a couple of. I think they were like DiMarzio HS2s. They weren't real powerful, but they were stacked. So no matter what combination I was on, I was always on a humbucker. Karen, is Steve still down there in Miami, Karen? Give her an hour to respond to that one.
It probably would have helped if I'd have turned the comments on. That's me. I'm an idiot.
There's
There's
Arky.
Arky.
What's up, girl?
I can't play over Quentin talking on his own show. That's rude.
I thought Ryan was done with his kind of whatever he was doing last night, and I came in with a wah, and he wasn't done. I was like, uh-oh.
Oh,
Oops.
that was after I got off.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's yelling at everybody.
I was there for that.
I came on and didn't even get to play. Oh, no, I did play on the 19-minute long E minor Pink Floyd thing.
Right.
But yeah, y'all must done some bad copyright stuff or something. You got,
I mean, we played nonstop Alice in Chains tunes for like an hour or so.
Jimmy's
which-
guitar sounded good last night too.
Oh yeah, he put new tubes in that fucking the Synergy,
Yeah.
the Sin 2. He was getting like fucking 200 volts through his house or some shit.
That'll
Yeah.
fry everything.
Right. So he got a regulator put in and got his voltage back right. And he put new Sovtech 12AX7s in that Sin 2 unit. So now his Synergy shit sounds back the way it should. Thick.
I saw they came out with the SLO Mark II or something.
Yeah, the SLO2. Sounds good from the demos I've heard.
I don't know, man. I think playing live, I'd still have a 50 watt tube head and a 412, and just old school it. I mean, I understand the whole thing with Metallica, and they got the in-ears, and the stages are huge and wireless, and
I hate in-ears.
You want the same shit night after night, being consistent, and
yeah,
but I think
the Def Leppard guys are on Axe FX 3s and all that shit too.
Yeah. And I've asked guys like Pete Thorne, in a perfect world, would you rather have in-ears or real cabinets moving air? And everybody is real cabinets moving air, but you can't anymore the way shit is.
Well, yeah. Would you rather have a fucking 69 Camaro or a 95 Toyota Tercel? They both do the same thing.
Right.
They both
get you
go
from
A
one
to
place
B.
to the other. But man, there's just nothing like standing in front of a loud amp moving air. Where when you sustain a note and it starts to feed back, and the neck on your guitar is like vibrating because it's so fucking loud.
Right. That's why I don't hate on the Synergy stuff, because on a whole it's still a tube amp.
Yeah, right.
And they have cabinets, and they've got a 50 watt head and a 100 watt head, but they also make the Syn 2 and the Syn 1, and they've got the 252, the power amp that you can run that if you want to run cabinets and all that shit.
But for what we do, I mean, come on. I mean, we're on fucking YouTube, for God's sake. I'm in a condo. You can't be in a house where let me put my 412 in a different room so I can crank my amp and my plexi and okay. Like John DeShane, God love him, he's got a 100 watt head. It's like driving a fucking Ferrari. You can't get out of fucking first gear.
Yeah, I think John should get 3 ISO cabs.
Well, then you start to really get into fucking. I don't want an ISO cab of 112. I want an ISO cab of fucking 412.
It can be done.
Yeah. But then, your ISO cabin for YouTube, right? I mean.
So? How can less be more? More is more.
Fucking Yngwie.
I love that guy.
I will say that he is still the best at what he does, man. I mean, his speed, his fluidness.
What's that fucking guy's name? Chris
Impellitteri.
He got it down pretty good there.
John says, "What do I need ISO cabs?"
So you can run your fucking 100 watt head.
Yeah.
When your old lady is up there working.
There you go, John. If y'all want to come on, I'm just fucking piddling around.
I played that Diminished lick the other night just for you. On Tuesday night? Yeah, I did that just for you.
What is it? Show it to me.
So I cheat.
Hold on. Okay.
I cheat. Because, your standard Diminished, like if you're an E, would be 15, 12, and then 14 on the B, 15 on the G, and then 12. It's all thirds. You just move up in thirds. That's all it is. So for me, that whole trying to sweep or play that I can't do it. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So what you do is you lose a note out of it and move it down a string. So now we go on the 18th fret. Wait a minute. I'm stupid. On the 20th fret of the B and pull off to the 17th. That position's easier to do. Then you still just move it down in thirds. That's how I cheat and play diminished. Wait a minute. I'm all screwed up now because then I end up going back to the actual diminished shape that people usually do. And then you can do that. Real fast. Like I did the other night. But yeah, moving it down one string and doing like a typical D chord shape lands you in diminishedville. And it's easier to do. And it's easier to play it fast. Or you can really cheat and just play and just hammer, pull off hammer on. Or whatever. I don't know. I'm not a good guitar player, so that's how I learned how to do things.
I tried for years to do the, like...
I can't see what you're doing, so...
Oh. Where I'm picking in threes or fours and try to get that at a blazing speed. I just can't do it like that fucking Paul Gilbert shit. I just can't do it.
That's in like the that Iron Maiden song I play, The Wicker Man. That's in that.
Yeah, yeah.
Have to downstroke it.
Or like the Richie Kotzen. I mean, he does it real slow, and then it goes up to Richie speed, and you're like, oh,
right.
For fuck's sake.
Well, I do that a lot, and when you get to the G is when everything gets fucked.
Yeah.
Because you have a whole step, half step, whole step, half step, and then you've got whole step on your walk down, and that fucking whole step on the G fucks me all up. So I cheat on that too.
I can't play the like a 1-3-4 pattern because I have no strength between my third and fourth, so I have to cheat and do like a 1-2-3. And Paul Gilbert plays 1-3-4 all the time.
Well, Paul Gilbert's fingers are this long. Too.
Yeah, right.
I have 20 some odd years, 26 or so, 27 years of bad learned technique. I don't use my pinky a lot.
I do.
I do for chords, but for lead work, not really. I will stretch the index and the ring finger out.
I don't have any.
Fucking Gary Moore will stretch the index to the middle finger.
I don't have any problem doing like a 1-2-4. But if I had to do something different, like a one, I can't. I'll fucking change fingers or something.
That's what I do. So if I'm doing a 1-2-4 like you're doing, so your next you move up a half step,
right?
And I go
Yep.
I go to the ring.
Or I'll do this. If you look going up the scale from the 1, 2, 3, your next note's a whole step up, right? Which is a 1, 2, 4. So I'll do like, and then I'm back to 1, 2, 4. Yeah. I play the same fucking shit. I'm all either major scale variation and some blues scale, and that's pretty much my whole bag of shit.
Yeah. So you've seen me do this bullshit. I do that a lot. Well, you hide it. You hide your mistakes in the wah,
Yeah.
and then. But so that walk down is. You've got that. I haven't played today. Anyway, you get it. I do like a double pull off.
Yeah.
To lead into that. When I have to, because those, I can't shift from a 1, 2, 4 and then go down into the whole step. My hand won't stretch that fast.
Yeah.
So you find, all guitar players do that. They
Sure.
find their way to cheat around that kind of stuff.
You get that shit where it's like
Hey, Arky.
if I had to show you something, it'd take you a while to fuck, there's trouble. Hold up.
Now that dude right there can.
It's all muscle memory and shit that we have under our fingers. Like if I had to show you something, like a 1, 3, 4 pad or something, you'd be like, oh fuck, let me figure it out my way, And yeah, that's why I don't do all the songs I do are just the rhythm parts. I hate having to learn stuff note for note, lead stuff. And with all my videos, I figure, look, man, if you're good enough to play the lead part, you're good enough to figure it out yourself.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But what's funny is I don't know how often, or if at all, you listen to any of those isolated guitar parts from all of our heroes of the 70s and 80s.
Sure.
You know how much of that shit is not clean?
Right, yeah.
I mean, we all thrashed on Jimmy Page for being sloppy as fuck live.
Yeah.
But go back and listen to some isolated, even Eddie Van Halen, dude. A lot of that shit is not clean.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when it's in the mix,
It's incredible.
Right. It's passable, and you'll never hear the bum notes or the he didn't really get enough pick attack on that one like he did the other 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
Jay says he can't play shit now. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, he'll come on here and be fucking. And delay just to keep going.
Yeah, it's and once I got to a certain point, I don't practice. It's just like a noodle. Or I play over backing tracks. That's my practice. And
Same here.
or, when I first pick up guitar, it's always that 3 note per string. Just to get my fucking fingers working, but yeah.
And see, I'll fucking work late and then get here and have 30 minutes to come in the house, sometimes change clothes, take a leak, get everything set up, and then we're live. So there's no warm up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you get about halfway through the show, then I start getting loose.
Right, yeah.
It's like, okay, now I'm good to go. So, but ever since my wrist decided to be stupid, I've been trying to, do your typical sit here for a few minutes and
Dude, that's the hardest thing to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I try to do that real fast, But like right now, my little finger right at this joint and back is a little sore. And that, fuck, it's just repetitive motion shit that.
right. Yeah, I'll sit there and do that shit, and you when you get up to the and just work it up and down the neck, and then doing the old hand stretches and all that stuff. So far, so good. I haven't had really much pain in this week, so. Of course, then you go to work and you stick in your hands in an engine in some weird ass angle. It doesn't help anything.
Yeah, and turning wrenches. Yeah. That repetitive motion. The guy I work with he had problems with his fucking elbows and shoulders, but he'd been working on cars for fucking 30 years.
Right. I hit 20 years of doing it this year, so.
Yeah.
Back's fucked up, shoulders fucked up, wrists fucked up. One day I'll find something better to do.
One thing I can't stand the smell of is fucking hot antifreeze. It's got to be the nastiest fucking smell.
That sweet trash smell.
But yeah, I'm all fucking getting old sucks. Anus? What? Yeah, getting old ain't for sissies, Jay. I'm lucky I did not have to have a needle stuck on my knee last week, but I do get them stuck on my spine again next month, which beats the hell out of disc replacement surgery or whatever they want to do.
Get a discectomy. Ready to go in there and cut you open like an inch.
Oh my God, they just run you over that table saw. Oh.
Well, like Waller Try's back, he's got his shit's in the middle of his back. So the only way to go in there and fix that is to fuse it. I think it's T10, T9, T10 or something like that. And T8 or T8 through T10's blown out.
Mine is the L5, which is the lowest one in your lower back.
L5S1.
Yeah, steroid injection. But they give me, I get an IV, in my hand, and then they shoot me full of fentanyl and Versed, so I don't give a fuck what they're doing back there.
Yeah, they, to fix Wall's back, you're talking about a fusion, and they have to go in through his side, remove a rib, deflate the lung.
God! A buddy of mine had a cervical disc where they're going through your fucking throat. I'm like, oh my God! And he did it outpatient. I'm like, no, you'd have to give me like a week in the hospital.
In the ICU or something?
Oh my God. They're like, all right, you're fine. Get out of here. What is this, a drive-through or?
They say those ones they do on the lower back where they can go in and just, they remove the part of the herniated disc and cauterize it and shove some cortisone in there. They do, you're like in and out of that in like an hour and a half.
I'm a big fucking crybaby though.
I don't really like getting cut on, period. So
yeah. Well, one thing I've never had a broken bone. I sprained my ankle twice. That was incredibly painful. They say sprains sometimes can be more painful than a broken bone. It's like, okay.
Broke fingers, I broke toes, I broke the left arm. My left arm was gnarly. I did that when I was 6 or 7. And I broke the ulna. No, this is the radius. So I broke the radius all the way through, like in here. And I had like a 3/4 fracture of the ulna up here. I don't know. Whichever the fuck way, which bones or whichever.
Right.
But they had to go in up here with a big ass needle and finish breaking.
Oh, God.
Whichever one's on the top. I think it's the radius is on top and the ulna's on the bottom.
They're fucking barbarians. I've seen some knee surgery, man, that is like they're fucking hammering on shit, and you're like, oh my god.
I'm getting about due for a hip replacement too, so put that off as long as possible.
Wait, what's Jay got here?
L5S1.
I'm L5S4. Yoga for goalies.
You mean L5, L4?
L5S4. I think.
Well, L5 don't the S's, the sacral is all one solid bone. There's 4 or 5 plates. I think it's 4, and then the coccyx is at the bottom. But they're all fused. They naturally fuse. There's no disc between them. So you would be L4, L5, and then L5S1. I know you're on Google looking at it right now.
No, on my Facebook, I have the MRI pictures on my oh, I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, my Blue Mox, my arm's shaped normal. But I was in a cast from my shoulder to the middle of my hand with my arm locked in like the L position for fucking 4 months.
Can you see the one toward the bottom there? It's all blown out on the other side.
Yeah, that's L5S1. And then
Yeah.
your L4, L5 is bulging. Let me full screen that where I can see.
And I've
Yeah.
got fucking bone spurs and arthritis.
Yeah, your L5S1's the one that's herniated, but it looks like you got a small bulge on the L4, L5. That's about what mine looks like. Some good times. I just eat 800 milligram ibuprofens.
I have pharmaceutical grade happy pills, which I've only taken one today. I try to keep some in my system, or else I get like the squirts. Like if it's not bothering me a whole lot, I don't take them. And the doctor tried to explain that you need to keep it in your system. You know, I've been on this shit for fucking 8 years. It's just the 5 milligram. It's the low dose one, and I mean, there's like Florida Ted. He's on like fucking 80 milligrams. I'm like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah, I'm good on all that. The worst part about it is the sciatic pain. Fuck that.
They gave me some gabapentin,
Yeah.
which took a lot of that away. Like the restless leg shit, don't have that anymore at all.
Right. I get
Yeah,
that.
it goes down your fucking butt cheeks and the back of your thighs.
Yep, all the way. Mine will go all the way down to my fucking ankle.
Well, John, I don't get constipated. I get the squirts. I get just the opposite.
I agree with John. Anytime I've ever had pharmaceutical grade painkillers, I always get It's like trying to shit out a fucking king size frozen Snickers bar. There's no flex.
I never get constipated, ever. Yeah, that's why I get drug tested every 4 months when I go in. It be in your cup. I mean, I don't drink or smoke weed or any of that shit. But they're, like, when I went in the hospital for my knee, that was the one thing I kept on saying. I'm not here for pain meds because I have a contract with pain management. And you got to be careful of that shit.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the oxy wasn't touching my knee. Like my migraines I get, my left eyeball migraines, the oxy doesn't touch that pain. But, and I got it right here because I get migraine. The over-the-counter fucking Kroger migraine medicine will fucking kill it in about 20, 25 minutes. It's amazing.
So back to your regular scheduled programming of chopping poop up with a coat hanger. So yeah.
Anyway. Anyway, I just thought I'd come on for a little bit, piddle around. I've been on not quite an hour, and there you go. Any other guitar news? You got anything else coming in? Anything exciting?
I'm trying to decide what I want to do rig wise. I don't think this Yamaha sounds bad,
Yeah.
but if I play a song that's lower than standard tuning, like we play those drop C things and a couple like that Alter Bridge song I play, Isolation, that's drop C. I have the chorus turned on and in the mix at about 40% to fatten the tone up, or if not, it's really thin and brittle. But when you're riffing that low, it sounds like shit.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Well,
So-
Ryan's selling his FM3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not real happy about that one either.
I mean, if I had to pick digital like that, one of those processors, it would definitely be a Fractal product over a Kemper or a fucking Helix or any of that shit.
Jay, I'll trade you my Gretsch for that Ibanez. Trying to sell that Gretsch 50 or 20 thing. I don't know why I bought that thing.
I don't know why you bought that fucking thing either. But no, I thought about doing a pedal board rig with that new UA Anti 1992. Because every demo I've heard of it sounds fucking awesome. I didn't even run it stereo. I think Ryan's B rig with the Lion 68 sounds great. But I think personally, for what he's trying to do with it, if and when he spends the money on the 1992 pedal, which I'm sure he's going to buy one probably. That's an assumption. I don't know that for sure. What's up, Herb?
I've got the Lawrence Petrov's 87 or whatever that is. And I tried to run it in, the front of this thing with the cabinet, and it didn't blow my dress up either. And it sounds better going through the effects return of my little fucking TV combo than it does to this headrush thing.
So
I'm never going to be happy with.
So I'm either thinking about doing that, which if I do that, I'm gonna have to buy a pedal board. The UA pedal's $400, and then I'm gonna need another delay pedal, and then harmonizer, and fucking yeah. I don't really need much else.
Just buy that. What's the real popular one that like Metallica use? It's the pedal. Not the Kemper, not the
Axe Effects?
they don't use Axe Effects. I mean Megadeth uses
Oh, what the fuck are they using?
there's one other big pedal that everybody's all jonesing over.
I thought fucking Megadeth made the switch to Axe 3s finally.
What is the fucking name of the other one? Damn it! Somebody in the chat tell me. It's not the Axe Effects. Not the Headrush. It's not the Helix.
The Kemper?
No. Damn it. The Quad Cortex. There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you. Matt's got one. Of course he does. And it's all fucking ones and zeros, man. I just don't. I don't know.
I've looked at those, the Quad Cortex. My thing with the Quad Cortex, and they're finally fucking starting to do it, is, they originally said that their plugins, their archetype plugins, the artist plugins would be able to be used in it, and they're just now putting the Gojira one in, and it's like the first one. If I was going to do that, it was going to, I need the Petrucci shit sounds fucking amazing. Especially when you can get his IRs and stuff as well. And load in there. But I'm really leaning on a Synergy setup.
Well, that's what John was saying. Jimmy's fucking Synergy sounds really good.
Fuck yeah, it does. But the Slow 2 just come out.
Yeah.
And it sounds really good. And I would probably get the Engel Savage and the Ubershaw.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't really care for Speaking of
Diesel
Jimmy,
or
well, the Diesel's cool. The Fryette Deliverance is cool. And I think Engel has the Powerball in there as well. And then there's the 6505. But like, I'll say it, I don't like the Friedman amps.
well, don't fucking lie. I've never played through one, so, and I don't give a shit what YouTube and everybody said. Oh, the greatest thing since sliced bread. Okay, I'm still gonna have to plug into it and fucking.
You know, the JJ, I've played the 100-watt JJ.
I played the little one, hated it. Fucking hated the little.
The 100-watt one sounds a fucking million times better than the
Really?
than the little one. But when it comes to like the BE, shut the fuck up. When it comes to the BEs and all that shit, I'm not a Marshall guy.
Yeah.
I've never been a Marshall guy.
Thank you. I've never played a Marshall where I went, yeah.
The only Marshall I've ever dialed in a sound that I liked was the JVM 410.
Me too. And it had one. I managed to get a great Marshall rhythm sound. Because I'm a gain guy. And it was like, okay, that's a little hotter than AC/DC, but as that tone, it sounds great. But everything else was like, fuck's sake, you know.
Jimmy, American Musical Supply has the Slow 2 modules in stock.
Jimmy's on Amazon. Jimmy's on fucking Google right now.
Oh, he pre-ordered his from Sweetwater. He was like the 5th
Oh,
pre-order
really?
for it on Sweetwater. But I got an email from American Musical Supply today that they have the SLO2s in stock. But yeah, I'm probably going to end up doing a Synergy thing. Because at the end of the day, if you don't want to run it direct, I mean, it takes 2 seconds to plug a cab in.
Yeah.
Or 2 cabs or whatever. I mean, you can run stereo with it. So there's a bonus. You've got tubes pushing it. You know, that's my other thing with the Axe Effects and the Quad Cortex and the Kemper and all that fucking shit is they sound good for this.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't like the way they sound in the room. They sound better if you run them with a tube power amp or preamp.
Right.
They get a little bit more real feeling, but there's still this digital haze that I can't unhear. It's like when you put a fucking tube screamer on a Fender Twin Reverb, you can still hear the clean of the Twin Reverb like under the tube screamer.
Yeah. And we're not just for the chat. We're just not being fucking old guys. You don't get into technology, dude. I can like a wireless. I can feel it. I can't deal with it, man. I can fucking feel it, and I hate it. Now I'm not Metallica on a fucking 300-foot surround sound stage, but
nope. I ran a wireless for about 6 months. I had a Shure. I don't remember the model number. This would have been around 2009. I ran a Shure wireless for about 6 months because we were starting to play some bigger venues, some theater size venues and stuff. And we got a check from Jägermeister. We got a Jaeger endorsement.
We were a Bud band. I got the Budweiser guitar. That was fucking horrific.
The key to the fucking Jaeger thing, I don't know if y'all had to do it. We had to fucking, every so often in our sets, we had to fucking pimp Jaeger and throw out some shirts or some lanyards or whatever.
Yeah.
So, hey, what's up, Herb?
Yeah, we got a case of beer every night, which I don't drink, so it's like, okay.
I did. At the time, I fucking drank a lot.
I would, nice cup. I would set the, the guitar on a stand, and I might play it for like one Green Day song where tuning really didn't matter a whole lot. And Herb, is your mic working? Your mic's not working. Still not working. Did you turn it off and turn it back on again? Up? What? Say something, Herb. Nope, your mic is not working at all. What, can I control you? Edit mic setting. Nope, I don't know. You're worse than Quentin James. But yeah, Randy, I miss playing live. It's just, you know, this is 25 years ago. It's a lot different nowadays than it was back in my day. I heard some noise, Herb, so you did something. You got a bad cable connection. That sounds like something. Nope. Yeah.
See,
Wait,
folks, even professionals have problems.
Yeah, we're
time to
professionals.
time. Well, Herb is. I'm not.
I didn't mute myself, did I? I
No.
don't trust Walla cries. Tell me I'm muted when I'm not.
Are you talking?
Yeah, this is back in the day when, you know, in-ear monitors wasn't a thing. We had floor
Fucking
monitors.
ear monitors.
And man, we got a PV made a monitor board, right, specifically for it. Man, once we got that monitor board, that was fucking awesome.
Oh yeah. We got that check from Jaeger, and we ended up buying Shure wirelesses and went and got fitted for in-ears and all that shit. And
Yeah.
I couldn't play a full show with fucking in-ears in. I'd at least have one yanked out. Just give me some wedges and we're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Some side fills are nice, but I can do with 2 wedges.
Well, we were loud enough on stage that all I needed to hear was, you know, the singer's vocal, his acoustic, electric, and really just fucking kick and snare. My guitar was no problem, but I just needed kick and snare. I was like, the bass player, I didn't even care if he was on stage. I didn't need to hear him.
See, yeah, I never had bass in my mix. Fuck that. I had my guitar, drums, and then lead vocals and my poor backing vocals.
Yeah, once we got that monitor board, each of us could have any combination of 16 mics that were on stage. It's like, holy fuck, dude, that's awesome. But even that, I just had a fucking 12-inch PV floor monitor. Not like I, you know. Herb, you're bringing the show down, buddy. You know how hard Randy and I work on these shows? Click track in ears. We never did click track stuff. We did one, we used to do Gel by Collective Soul. And the first time we did it, we had a cassette deck, yeah. In the PA rack where we play the intro to that song. We never checked that Collective Soul tunes a half step down and we were in standard. Whoops! So it sounded really weird for like 5 seconds, and it's like, oh, yo, all right.
Yeah, those Collective Soul boys are from like the next town over.
Really?
Yeah. So, cool story. The second shop I ever worked at, and I worked there for like fucking 4 years. The guy that owned the joint was a drummer. And I don't know if you've ever heard the story of how Collective Soul happened.
Nope.
So, Will Turpin, Dean Rowland, and Ross Childress were in like a college party band. And they played more like late 80s alternative, The Cure.
Yeah. Hold on just a second. Herb, just start talking and working with stuff, and whenever you come through, we'll let you know. But we still got... No, we got nothing. Go ahead, Randy.
And Ed Roland worked at Reel to Reel Studios in Stockbridge. He was like a fucking Ed's the older Roland brother. I don't know if it helps when I do this, but
It helps me.
Ed's the older Roland brother. And Ed was working at Reel to Reel, which Will Turpin's dad ran. And he was like, go get me a fucking sandwich. He was the go get me guy. And at the end of the day, he was learning engineering and shit while he's hanging out. And when all the, they were done recording whoever they were recording for the day, there was always like 2 to 3 minutes of tape left over on every reel. So he would go and cut that fucking 2 or 3 minutes of tape off and splice his own 30 minutes or so of tape.
Oh,
And go down in the basement at night, and he pretty much recorded the majority really the whole first Collective Soul album itself. And because he was trying to get like a songwriter's deal,
right.
a publishing songwriter deal. So he was trying to put together this, mash of songs to sell and try to get a songwriter deal. Well, I forget what song it was. Heavy, maybe? Or Shine. I guess it was Shine. Took off on some college radio station in Orlando. And he didn't have a fucking band.
Oh, shit.
So he called his brother and was like, hey, I need you and Will and Ross, and we got to find out whoever the fuck y'all's bass player or drummer is or whatever, because Will's the bass player. So whoever y'all's drummer is, we got to go. Y'all got to learn these songs, and we're going to go play some radio station thing in Orlando in like a week. So back to the guy I worked with, he was in a rival band because Will and those guys' band was called Marching Two Step. He was in a rival band to Marching Two Step, and when all this shit went down, they asked him, say, hey, dude, we need a drummer. Can you learn these songs in like 3 days, and we're going to go to Orlando or yada, yada, yada. And he was like, fuck no, dude, y'all's band sucks.
Oh, shit. Dumbass.
So, like, he was the media department manager at Best Buy. He had worked at Turtles. I don't know if you remember Turtles records and tapes, or if y'all had that in Kentucky. It's like a Strawberries, Sam Goody's.
The biggest store we had in Louisville was Ear Ecstasy, which is the brother of Andy Timmons.
Okay. Turtles was a chain record store.
Okay.
But he had just left Turtles because I think they got bought out by Blockbuster. And he was working at Best Buy as the media department manager. And these fucking guys come walking in. They're like, oh, hey, John. What's up, buddy? What's going on? Hey, guys, what are you doing? Oh, we're here to pick up our record. Oh, y'all got a deal? Yeah, we got a deal. He goes, well, which record's yours? And I'll fucking show you where it's at. And it's the number one. Oh. Because he was like, he told me, he's like, back then we got, when we did our release day displays, we would get sheets saying, put more copies of this album out than this album because we're predicting this album to sell more.
Right.
So when they tell him what album it is, he's like, holy fuck, that's the one they're projected to sell the most of for release week.
Shit.
And he's like, wait a minute. So these 3 songs I've heard on the radios, you guys, wow, I fucked up.
Oh, God.
So, but he ended up doing some shit with Will Turpin because, they kicked Ross out of the band because he liked drugs. But,
They'll do it.
he still lives like 5 minutes away from Will Turpin. And, he went over there. Will called him up one day. Their kids played baseball together or something. And they went over there. He went over there and brought his drums and wrote and recorded like 3 or 4 songs with Will and Ross that were actually pretty good, but they never really did anything with them. But yeah, Collective Soul's like the local legends around here. Every cover band ever in this area plays Collective Soul tunes.
Dude, we, I told you the story about us playing with him, right?
Yeah.
It was, and I was talking to somebody, I don't know, this place held at the most 2,000, 2,500. We played there a lot. it was a college rock bar, right? And I don't know if they, because we were doing Gel and Shine. So I don't know if they were, like maybe they booked this place. You know how when you book a tour, you book it a year ahead of time, right? So I don't know if they booked it early, and because they were already playing fucking arenas by then. And so I don't know how they wound up there, but I mean, I didn't meet the guys. We were so rushed to just get up there and play. And it's kind of like when we played with a flock of seagulls. We just showed up and they were there. Like, okay, it's exciting.
That's a band and a half, huh?
Holy shit, there's Herb.
Herb's
Can you
got
hear me?
audio.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Did you turn it off and turn it back on again?
I don't know what happened. I just logged out and logged back in. I'm running through several things. I've got a preamp here in front of me, plus 48 volt over on the PreSonus. I don't know what the shit I did.
Sometimes it's the fucking audio settings on your Windows, man. Mine does that every now and then. It just sets it all down to like 20%. And I'm like, what the hell?
I want the new PreSonus. The newer PreSonus interfaces has a button where you can route everything to channel 1 and 2, which I may have had it here on Universal Control. I may have had it to where it looped back into 1 and 2. And that was what you were getting, just a bunch of garbly, or it may cancel it out. But the new PreSonuses are built for podcasters and webcasters and all that.
You know, I think if you talk to Ryan over at OU812,
Yeah,
he'd probably recommend that Rodecaster.
I guarantee he'd recommend the Rodecaster.
I'm just saying. Well, he gave me that Go XLR. Does it help when I point to the Go XLR? And I'm still trying to figure out how to get backing tracks to play. I don't think I can. I don't know. Because every time I touch something, like I shut down Delta Airlines, and
That was you?
yeah, my bad.
My
Whoops.
daughter was late coming in for the summer because of that. Wow.
Well, I was trying to figure out if my expression pedal had a toe switch, and I was just about ready to cry.
Oh, Quentin, by the way, I dropped that item in the mail this morning, so you should get it within a few days. We're close, so there you are.
Is it ticking? What?
Yes.
I'll get the neighbor to open it first. It's funny, I went down to my brother's and dropped him off some, this is what happens when you're on Amazon at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I was looking for those little scrubber, it's got like a Scotch-Brite on one side and a sponge on the other for dishes. And there was like a 12-pack. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, there you go. And then I saw a 50-pack. I'm like, sold! And then I get them. I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do with 50 of them? So I gave like half to my brother. Yeah, I know. Randy, you were talking about the Sweetwater. I feel sorry when my Sweetwater guy calls me, because I must be at the bottom of the barrel, because he's like, hey, Quentin, how are those picks working out for you, buddy?
Dude, I rarely buy anything from Sweetwater, and my Sweetwater rep's a fucking moron.
Oh my God.
His name's Geoff. I refuse
Oh,
to call him
shit.
Jeff because that's not how you spell Jeff.
Oh my God. Don't you hate when you know way more than your sales guy? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
your sales engineer? Oh, for
Right.
fuck's sake.
I'll get on there and I'll price out a rig or some shit and just leave it sitting in the cart, and like 3 days later he's calling.
Oh, that's,
Hey man, you want to push this on through or
I do not like that at all.
no?
I'm like, dude, take me off your call list because you just aggravated me.
No, I don't want to push it. If I want to push it through, I would have already bought it.
Plus, the last thing I got from him, guess who did not get any candy with it?
Their candy sucks anyway.
Oh, I can't eat that shit. I just throw it away.
You know, I read on people on Reddit and Facebook and shit. They're all like, yeah, and I fucking asked for a discount. My Sweetwater rep gave me another 15% off. Dude, I've tried to haggle with my guy anytime I've actually ever dealt with him,
Yeah?
and I don't ever get no fucking discounts.
Wow.
Really?
No. Never.
I've never had a problem. Never had a problem. But I don't order a whole lot. You know. Hey, quit. I'll send it back. I'll send it to you. All right.
Yeah, and my orders are like,
Is there a bit of honey in there?
20, 30 bucks, and about it.
Sorry, no bit of honey.
Yep, see? That's that shit I'm talking about.
Tootsie Roll?
Fruit juice.
Oh, God.
That's probably been there for 5 years. So there you are.
Right.
No, I've never had a problem. Anytime I've asked my sales rep, "Hey, what can you knock off for me?" He's always been more than happy to
Maybe
drop
it's
a few
the
bucks.
maybe it's the way you word it. Like, give me a discount, you fuck. And that doesn't work.
Well, that's what people do when they come into my fucking job.
Oh, dude, don't you hate that?
They fucking come in and want to like tell you how much they're going to pay.
Yeah,
No, that's not
yeah.
how this works.
Oh, people, I worked in music retail, and people were like, yeah, but I buy a lot of stuff here. Okay, so when the fucking light bill is due, I got to tell them that, hey, people buy a lot of stuff here. I can't pay my bill.
Well, maybe your store wasn't that good. I say that because the local mom and pop store that was actually a pretty damn good store when I was a kid. They were like one of the bigger PV dealers.
Yeah, we were huge.
And, I took lessons there and was always buying shit and, whatever. And when they call them the Red Stripe, when the Red Stripe Bandits come out,
Yeah.
I guess around 98, 99, they got they got the Studio Pro, the Envoy, the Bandit.
That's what I got. Studio Pro.
What was it? The Stereo Chorus 212 or some
Yeah.
shit like that.
That was a big
they-
seller.
They got a bunch of those in, and I was playing guitar in the morning in middle school with this kid that had an older, I think it was the Silver Stripe Bandit 112, and I had to have one. And they, when I was in there playing that newer Red Stripe Bandit 112 that they had just got, my mom's like, all right, well, maybe we can get it in a few weeks, whatever, blah, 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 blah. We weren't fucking rich,
Yeah.
And the manager of the store come over there and say, man, he's really progressing in his playing and da-da-da-da-da, and he really likes that amp. And he's like, I tell you what, those amps were like $400, something like that. $249.
Wow. Wow.
He told my mom he'd give it to her for $249, and she's like, sold.
Shane from In the Blues just did a video where he got another Red Stripe Bandit. That's like his favorite solid state amp.
Dude, they're badass. They sound great.
I've got the Studio Pro Silver, whatever.
You can run them as a fucking head.
Yeah.
I mean, they're great. 100 watts or 80 watts, or depending on what speaker it had in it. I think they had the Blue Marvel. They were 80 watts. If they had like the 8-ohm Blue Marvel, they were 80 watts. If they had the 4-ohm Blue Marvel, they were 100 watts or something like that. And mine had whichever fucking speaker it was 100 watts. So mine was a 100 watt Bandit 112. I don't have it anymore, but I do have a Red Stripe Bandit 112.
Did you ever go to PV school?
No.
I went down there for a week. Meridian, Mississippi. It's like 80% of the buildings were PV. I mean, this is back in the day, like right after they signed Eddie. And like that building where they show that's all shut down now, and got to meet James Brown. And
I don't know where he's at now, like living, but he was living here in Cumming, Georgia.
he's on my friends list on Facebook.
When he was doing the whole amp tweaker.
Right. I think he sold that though, didn't he?
I think he had to do the EVH thing.
Yeah, he's back with them because he did the new Iconics or whatever.
Yep, the Iconic, now the EL34 Iconic, which the EL34 Iconics sound way better than the 6L6 Iconics.
Really? Really?
There's a fizziness that the 6L6 ones have. And a lot of people go, oh, if you change the speakers.
Why do I have to change the fucking... No, I don't.
Exactly. You want something off the shelf that's going to
Yeah.
what you want it to do. So I get it.
Well, you get to change the power transformer. Okay. Fuck.
Yeah, right.
Which amp brand was it that you had a switch that you switched it from? I think it was like 4 settings, and you went from a JCM 800 to a different circuit to a different circuit. Was it the Dr. Z? Maybe.
Something like that.
I think it was maybe the Dr. Z. You had 4 different settings on there. You could change it from a Vox AC30, and it was a tube amp. But it technically rewired it with each plug-in. With each time you switched it, it changed the wiring of it.
I know they got like the Black Star stuff now, or you can, turn the knob 6L6 and you can turn it and go more towards the EL34 sound or whatever.
Right.
Right.
My local guy's got one of those amps. It don't sound bad for what it is. It's the same. I think it's got like 2 tubes in it, and it's like a solid state power section. Kind of like they did with the Iconic. Half
I've
and
got a
half.
Black Star. The newer ones are a little better than what I've got. I think the one I've got is when they first come out. It's the Studio 20.
Okay. He's got like 3 more. He's got JCM 900 in there, a JVM, the 210, the combo, the 50-watt combo, and then one of those DSL amps on top of it. And I played through all 3 of those and I was like, dude, these sound like shit. And he's like, what are you talking about? The JVM sounds great. I'm like, to you.
Hold on, John. John is having trouble with his letters or something here. Not really. Epiphonium just got old shit.
Quentin, you got your Yaya pedal on?
No?
That's just me. I'm fucking around.
Oh, okay. Well, I am going to hop off here. I need to have some lunch. Oh, no. 10 o'clock lunch.
Fucking 10:30.
Well, I woke up at like fucking 5.
I'm gonna need you to practice that diminished cheat I showed you if you still
Dude,
remember it.
I'll get right on it.
Dude, that's fucking awesome. It's an easy way to cheat to play diminished. And it's not awkward. My real first name is Jeffrey. Last name Dahmer.
Actually, my name is not Quentin James. Well, it kind of is. Just my first and middle name.
Reversed.
You go.
Then you got like that French last name.
French Cajun. Yeah. All right, Herb. Glad you got your shit working. Maybe stop in next time. Okay, yeah.
Good deal.
I might have to schedule a. Well, it'd be like having a job though. Like come on at 10 o'clock on Fridays because I don't see a lot of people on.
No, the only thing you really have to compete with is if they
Johnny
do it.
Bean on or.
We don't give a fuck about him.
Nah.
Tone Talk if they do one of those.
Oh yeah.
It's like when Pete Thorne comes on. When Tone Talk comes on.
Fucking Rick Beato. So like 1,000 people chat. Oh, for fuck's
Dude, you
sake.
know what I learned from Rick Beato?
I can't stand that guy. What's that?
That you're severely undereducated by him.
Yeah.
I don't care about any of the shit that he tries to teach, but it was one of those stupid quick lick things. And he's like, and where he always goes like that at the end.
Oh God.
He had this fucking pattern, and an E. It's like. So that's cool.
Yeah.
But where the fuck am I going to use that? Oh, I turned it into a sweep. And now I do it all the time. Something like that. But faster. And that's the best thing I've ever gotten out of anything Rick Beato has ever put out. Because other than that, I can't fucking stand the guy.
He's like. It's like he's talking to 12th year music majors. It's like, dude, you realize that 99% of the people in the chat have no idea what you're fucking talking about. You're too smart for your own good.
Right.
Exactly.
His son's a fucking super genius, like
Oh,
10
yeah.
years old.
Yeah, that's a little freaky.
He does have some cool interviews. I'll give him that.
He's got great interviews, and I like that he lets people talk. He doesn't fucking run his mouth, you know.
Did you see the one he did with Ed Roland from Collective Soul?
I did not. I saw the one with Nuno, and of course with Nuno. No.
The one with Ingve is pretty good.
Yeah.
Because
right.
Ingve is like not a raging cock in that either.
Exactly. It's like, who is this guy? Yeah. He must have learned his lesson a little bit. You know?
I don't know. I think when he's put on from what I've always heard about him from people that's been around him is when he's at a NAMM or some shit like that, the ego has to be put on.
Yeah.
But when he's in a situation where he's not the star of the show and not supposed to be the star of the show,
Right.
he's pretty chill.
Regular person.
I don't think he's regular, but he's not as flamboyantly arrogant.
I just hate that when he's playing live, he crams his band so far stage right. They may as well be out in the parking lot playing with him. You know, I mean, the drummer doesn't get a drum riser. You know,
There's 187 Marshall amps on stage. We ain't got no room for no drum riser.
The look at me syndrome. No, quick.
oh boy.
You alluded to a time slot, but I think that if you're not stepping on toes of any people in our community, I believe you'd be all right, because most people in our community want to follow us as opposed to jumping on with Rick Beato or some of those others.
No, I think maybe Friday at maybe 10 or 11. I'll keep an eye out. And
I've considered Friday at 10, call it hanging with her, but you know, who the hell wants to watch me?
But I'd just rather have people come on and do backing tracks than have me ramble on about playing 25 years ago.
Eh.
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 I mean, anytime you tried to talk last night, I just started playing, so.
Oh, I didn't notice that at all. I didn't notice that with fucking Ryan either. Like, hey, how you doing? He goes right into fucking Summer Nights.
The Who.
What'd you say?
He's got that down. The Summer Nights does sound pretty fucking good, though.
Dude, and I've said it before, but having played Ryan Steinberger's and getting a crash course in how the fuck they work, that dude put in a lot of fucking time.
He has
a lot of time and work to play that song as well as he does, because that's not fucking easy.
No. Even the right hand picking stuff, I'm like, yeah, that'd take a long time to get under the fingers.
Well, like when you're doing the pull up on the bar to raise the pitch from fucking E to G or whatever it is, it's not like you're pulling up the bar and you can feel it click, click, click for each step.
Yeah.
It's all muscle memory.
Yeah.
Like you've got to pull it up till you hit that note, then bump the bar over so it locks in.
And then the fucker whoops out a capo on a regular guitar. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. All right. That was pretty cool. The only thing I can do is whip out my Bic lighter and play some fake slide.
Thank God he said Bic.
You play fake slide better than I play real slide. I'm a shit slide player.
Yeah, slide's not mine. The only slide I ever did live was More Human Than Human, White Zombie. So you know what that's going to be like, right? You know, it's like, oh yeah, that's a real technical slide there, Quentin. Hey, what are you going to do? All right, kids, thanks for stopping in, and we'll see you on the interwebs sometime later.
Right.
Thanks for having me.
All right, later, guys.
See ya.